Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel where I dive deep into influencer culture to call them out for their crappy behaviors. I'm Sasha, and today we are going to be talking yet again about Matt and Abby because they're pregnant. Again. It seems like all of the influencers are pregnant. All of a sudden, we have Matt and Abby, we have Kay and Tay, and we have the Churko family that just had their baby. And the views must be dwindling for these asshats. Time to have another content baby, right? We got a lot to talk about, so let's go, guys. So first things first, we have to talk about the fact that Matt and Abby decided to announce their pregnancy not even 24 hours after their niece was born. I believe it's Matt's brother and his wife who just had their first child announced it yesterday, and lo and behold, today, August 20th, we wake up to a People article saying Matt and Abby have announced their third baby is on the way. Now, that is a disgustingly self-centered, egregious thing to do. We can all agree with that. Right? Can't even give their niece the spotlight for 24 freaking hours a week. No. We couldn't do that. It has to all be about Matt and Abby, right? So that's one part of it. But the other part of it is that repeatedly over the past few years, since I've been doing this anyway, Matt and Abby have shown us that they don't really like being parents. They're constantly taking off on mini vacations without their kids, getting away from the kids. And I don't know if you guys remember, but just one short year ago, they gave us the pro tip of leaving your babies in the cruise ship room if they're ruining your cruise dinners. They don't enjoy being parents. They don't enjoy the responsibility of being parents. It is obvious by how they speak about their children. And now they're adding another one to it. And I was thinking this earlier, but I feel so bad for their youngest son right now. That kid was never wanted. He was an oops baby, and they made that very clear. And just the way they treat him, the stark difference between how they treat his older brother versus him, and now this poor baby is going to be the middle child who is already in a mishmash of chaos and lack of attention. But if this kid is a boy, well, that sucks. And if this kid is a girl, well, that also sucks for this little boy who's now going to be the middle child. He's already treated like absolute crap. And you can tell just by looking at the difference in celebration between their eldest and their youngest. They just celebrated their youngest's second birthday, and he got a box cake, a couple of balloons scattered about, and that was it when they went all out with their first. Little things like that make you go, But we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch the Unplanned podcast of them announcing their freaking pregnancy. And hopefully not throw punch someone. So let's just go ahead and take a peek at what they have to say, because we know it's going to all be BS, right? Okay, guys, so I have it pulled up here. Let's just go ahead and see what these two donuts have to say.
Okay, should we just go ahead and tell everybody the news?
Let's do it.
We're having baby number 3!
Woo!
Yeah, because we didn't all know that already and been speculating and talking about it for months now. They've been baby hinting for like since she got pregnant. Oh, Abby's been a little bit nauseous most mornings, multiple mornings. It's just again, I'm going to keep circling back to, I am so sad for baby A. I really am, because he wasn't wanted from the get-go. Their first was planned. This one's probably obviously planned because there is an age gap now. And it makes me so sad that he's already treated so differently and now he's going to be a middle kid. Okay.
Crazy.
I know.
Crazy.
But also not. I feel like this experience versus like finding out we were pregnant with our second is literally the complete opposite side of the coin.
Oh yeah, we were genuinely so stoked when we read the positive pregnancy test.
Yeah.
It was just like,
do you hear this already? We were genuinely so stoked when we saw the positive pregnancy test versus freaking out and crying your eyes out, not sure how this happened, how blah, 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 because we don't know how babies are made and we don't know that breastfeeding isn't a form of birth control even though your doctor tells you. Like, it's just they're dumb. The more they speak.
pure joy.
Like, we love our second child. I feel like we've said this a million.
Oh my God. If you have to say the thing, You're not the thing. We love our second child so much, even though we didn't want him and we freaked out about him and blah, blah, like,
times, but I do know that a lot of you out there can relate. Like, having an unplanned pregnancy is like, every baby is a blessing and we love him endlessly. We cannot imagine our lives without our second, but it's a totally different experience in early pregnancy, like first finding out, when you're like expecting it, planning for it, like looking forward to it, and then just like completely feeling like you got the rug swiped from under you.
How did you convince me to do this? How did this?
That's a you question, because I did say, I was like, you have to be fully on board. Like, as much as like I'm on board, you also need to be on board for obvious reasons. You're the father of the child. Like, I want you to also be like ready for it, excited for it even. So I don't know what got me to change your mind.
No, I honestly think it goes back to the holidays. We were with family around Christmas, Thanksgiving, you know, that whole holiday season. And I was just looking around and realizing how valuable family is. And even though the newborn stage can be tough, I was like, wait a minute. We could potentially have like this really big, lively, fun, joyful family. And that was kind of like, I think, the first time that I actually genuinely was thinking about trying for a third.
I mean, that's when the conversation started.
Yeah.
And I remember that, like Thanksgiving, Christmas time last year is when the conversation started. And then we just kept talking about it for months and months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I want to say I brought it up to you at the start of the year. Like, hey, what do you think about this? And then like a week later, you got your IUD out.
No.
We did have a pregnancy scare. Remember that?
Yeah, because we thought that there was maybe something still in my system before.
what the we did have a pregnancy scare. What are you talking about? You took your IUD out. There's no pregnancy scare, and you literally said that you had been talking about it, and oh my god,
I got it removed because we knew that we were being very careful after we had it removed.
But I was shocked. Like I told you before we took that test,
I don't know if I can get through this, guys. I don't know. This is so dumb. We're like less than 3 minutes into this, and this is dumb.
Back in like what, February, March, I forget. But I told you before you took the test, hey, no matter what, this is going to be a great thing. But after we saw the negative, like it said negative, we were like, okay.
Well, because I didn't want another unplanned one.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And that would have been, you didn't describe it very well.
Yeah.
I didn't want another unplanned one. You took out your birth control. That is very planned. Now she's going to try and rationalize it. No matter what you say after this, it's just dumb.
I was wondering, like, my period was late after getting my IUD removed because my hormones were just like still readjusting. But in our like paranoid brains, we thought that because we had intercourse the day before I got my IUD removed, that there was a chance that something was like in my system and it like worked its way and which would have been fine and great and totally fine. But we would have also been surprised and caught with our pants down in a way.
Which, by the way, we have friends that happened to. They had the relations literally the day before she got the IUD out, and boom, they got pregnant.
That wasn't our story though.
Super, not our story.
We were just paranoid that it could have happened because we knew of people that had happened to. But no, we were very careful.
This dress doesn't fit you, Abby. It's very unflattering. I'm just saying. Are you guys hearing this? Is it just me? There's no way that this is just bitch eating cracker syndrome. There's no way. Like, this is the stupidest thing. We took out our birth control knowing full well that we could probably get pregnant, and we're scared we were going to get pregnant.
Time we had no idea and we're like just still talking about it.
I thought it was so funny though, because I mean, I know you and your girlfriends at the gym, like you guys, you know, you're always talking, you're always chatting.
You always just act like we're just friends at the gym. We are friends. Well, just friends.
That's where you met your friends. But like, you know, you go to the park with the kids, you ladies are chatting, and like every time we'd hang out with the husbands and everyone together, it was so random. I don't know how this happened, but people would come up to me and say, "Hey Matt, when you going for the third? I heard you guys are talking about that." Like that was something that was brought up. And
I have no idea.
And I was like, I think my wife has something to do with this.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have no idea what I'm talking about?
Idea what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. But seriously though, it is crazy how like 2 years ago, Abby and I truly were parenting on expert mode. Like, you know, if you ever play a video game and you can choose like the level, we were on expert mode. Okay. It felt like it just, I was calling my parents all the time just saying, thank you so much for doing this for me, because I had no idea how hard this was.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for raising our children. I hope you're really excited to have a third in your retirement. Third baby to raise. That's what someone on Reddit said. And like, yeah, congrats to Abby's parents on their third child that they're going to be raising. Exactly. Like, oh my, okay. Well, at least he said it. Yeah, because you and your brother were only like 18 months apart.
Yeah, we were close too. And something shifted though. Like, I think when our son started going to the bathroom on his own, our 3-year-old, I'm like, I feel like we're parenting on easy mode. Like, we're changing half the diapers we used to change.
Yeah.
Like, he can practically get himself dressed now. Yeah. And then when our kids play, like they just play together. Like, I don't have to constantly entertain them 24/7. You know, like I can just play with them when I want to.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So now that you have this newfound independence and you're enjoying parenting a little bit more, let's add a third and create the chaos all over again and make us hate parenting again.
Play with them and it's genuinely fun. I don't have to like do literally every single little thing for them just to make sure that they're cared for, you know? Mm-hmm. And so kind of going from expert mode to easy mode was like, dude, let's send it. So Abby, you can fill in the details here, but essentially you told me I want to get pregnant basically in the summertime. That way I have this baby before the summer of 2026.
Well, yeah, I was like, it's either like around these months or a year from now, because I have been very big pregnant in the summer twice. Like we had a July baby and an August baby. And in Arizona, being like full term pregnant in the heat of July and August, it's very unpleasant.
It's literally 114 degrees outside right now, you
Yeah.
guys. And yesterday it was 113, 115. I forget what the temperature was yesterday. But
Yeah, and we
it's
also
toasty.
like to try to get away when it's like that hot
Yeah.
if we can. And so that's what we did this year. We were traveling a lot. And I'm like, we can't do that if we're going to be having a baby, which has happened to us 2 summers, not this past summer or the summer before that, but two before that. Those were like kind of miserable for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's either June or it's like literally next spring.
I was taking a look at Abby's app that she has to track her period. It's called Clue. She's had it since she was in high school. And I noticed
It's not like a fertility tracker.
it's not a fertility tracker, but it does give you a general guideline of like when the fertile window is. And
Also, is it fertile or fertile?
I actually don't know. Could someone let us know in the
I think
comments,
it's
please?
fertile.
It's both. You can say both. Both are fine.
I don't know why you always say fertile.
You know what? I probably
Let me just
I've
check.
mispronounced that my entire life.
It's
I think
fine.
I'm realizing
No, you
that right
might
now.
be right, but I just want to check.
I think fertile is the correct way. Let's hear the translation.
Fertile.
Wow, rhymes with turtle.
I think you probably said fertile or entire.
I think I've always said fertile.
Yeah, I never said anything, but now I was
That's
like, a lot of
embarrassing.
people might hear you say fertile, and I want to just step in here.
Everyone's gonna go make fun of me now. It's okay. Hey,
No, just
feel
think
free.
about turtle, but fertile.
I'm gonna keep saying fertile.
Okay, fine. We all know what you mean.
Anyway, that window was June 6th through 12th, and
Wow, you're giving them the
the
data.
exact, yeah, I literally have the date written down right here. I've got the exact date, and let me just tell you.
Okay. There is some things that the internet doesn't need to know. I'm all for transparency. I'm all for sharing exciting moments. But this, when they did the dirty, don't need to know this. Now I know they had sex at the beginning of June. It was probably on my husband's birthday. Congrats, husband. You created a Matt and Abby baby for your birthday.
You guys, that was probably the best week of my entire life.
Okay.
Guys, I can't. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. We're not even 10 minutes in. I can't do this. Oh my. This is the most awkward thing on the planet. Why are you talking about this on your podcast with your wife? What the fuck is going on?
I'm serious. Like, I felt like a king, and it just felt like with the first two. Why?
Way that you just so genuinely said that was the best week of my entire life.
It was great. It was a really great week, and I think it was just like we both knew what we were doing, and we both were on like a mission, and we were fully aligned in that. It just felt like
And we're so in love.
Yeah, we just felt so in love. Honestly, we just felt so in love. How
You don't feel like that all the time?
I felt like it that week for sure. Like it was so good.
That week happened, and then I don't know what the timeline is between like after that and like when you find out. I think there's like about 2 weeks where you're kind of just like, what do we do here? And I feel like, remind me, was I like, I felt like I was having some symptoms early on, but you never know if you're just like imagining them because they're also very similar to period symptoms.
And I want to say that you had one of the first symptoms that you had last time you were pregnant, which was aversions to like onion and aversions to just different foods. And you mentioned that to me, and I'm like, babe, I think.
What were your food aversions when you were pregnant? Those who have kids. Mine was coffee. And I swear, great, because I drink way too much coffee as is, but it's also my favorite thing. It genuinely brings me joy. Channel our inner Kylie now. It brings me joy in the morning. I love my coffee. So having an aversion to it was terrible. But yeah, let me know. What are your aversions? I know meat is a really big one. I never had many food aversions, and I also didn't have very many pregnancy cravings, which is really interesting with any of my kids. So anyway, let me know. Or your cravings, aversions, cravings. It's always fun to talk about this stuff.
When was that? I don't remember that.
I want to say while we were in Disneyland. Like I want to say there was some smell that was just like giving you the ick.
Oh yeah, you might have been right about that.
What was it? Was it? I feel like it's always onion. Was it onion?
Yeah, maybe.
Was it a certain food that you like didn't like?
Whatever it wasn't like strong enough to make me like necessarily feel confident that
Yeah.
I was pregnant. But also I was like, I don't like playing games of like taking pregnancy tests. Like I just want to wait until like basically the day of my missed period because I just don't want to ever just be staring at a test like wondering if there's a line or like just driving myself crazy. So we're just like waiting it out. And I don't think I had any strong symptoms before we took a test. Did I have any? Okay, maybe the smell thing.
I think it was the smell. I want to say I noticed your boobs getting a little bit bigger. I want to say that. Like,
Maybe.
I think I noticed some slight changes.
Really? That early on?
I want to say I did.
In my soul though, in my spirit, I did know that I was pregnant. Like I just felt really, like I felt like I was. And so I think it was one day before my periods when we took the test.
Yeah.
And I think it was like kind of you that were like, I was just like feeling nervous about it and like kind of jittery. Like I just want to know. But then also I'm like, I feel like I should wait until the day of the missed period. Like you're just kind of like going back and forth. And then you're finally like, Like we were just having such a good day and we're like, let's just do it. And so, well, you kind of were like, let's just take it.
Yeah. And that day was June 24th at 3:32 p.m. I literally have it written down exactly when it was.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's not funny. It's weird. Just saying. Okay, that's a little bit of bitch eating cracker syndrome.
Yeah, because I think we're like, we can get away for just a minute and just see. And yeah, I was pretty confident that I was at that point.
Yeah.
And you were too?
Oh, so confident.
I would have been really sad. If
Really?
I wasn't. Yeah,
Really
probably.
sad?
Probably.
I think I told you. I think I had a feeling that would probably be how you'd react now that I'm thinking about this. Because like in my head, if that wouldn't have been the one, I'd been like, oh, next time for sure. Like,
Totally,
I don't know.
totally. I would have thought that too, but then I guess there's still like a little disappointment.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, but also maybe not. Like this is so tone deaf and out of touch. You guys have no idea what struggle is, what struggling with infertility is. She got her IUD out and like immediately had a pregnancy scare and then almost immediately got pregnant. They didn't even try. Like, and yet they're sitting here like, you literally got pregnant by accident right after having your first, which I'm pretty sure you didn't struggle with. Like, you don't have, oh man. And at the same time, like, I understand that fear. I understand those struggles, but some people try for so long and can't get pregnant. We tried for a year to have our last baby and had a miscarriage and then got pregnant right after. Like, thank God, because that would have broken me. But we tried for a year. This is so out of touch, this conversation.
Life, I tend to have like the glass half full mentality of like, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be good. So if that wouldn't have been the positive one, I just like, for whatever reason, knew that it was going to be positive the next month. But yeah, I remember telling you though, hey, if this isn't the one, it's okay.
Yeah.
And we'll get them next time. And I love you and I care about you. And yeah, and we took it and it said pregnant.
It's just like people, you can't anticipate how emotional this process is going to be until you're going through it. But like, it's just always, maybe not for every woman, but for most women that I talk to, like it is just such an emotional process because it's just like, I don't know, there's just so much tied up in it. It feels like the stakes.
Yeah, and imagine struggling. Imagine struggling. They are literally sitting here being like, it was so emotional and blah, 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 but you hit it on the first try. That's, again, just privileged, out of touch, and have no idea what actual struggle is.
Are so high. Like you're like, I'm either finding out that I have our child like growing right now inside me that we're gonna meet someday, or it's just like it's not happening, and then like why is it not happening, or you know, all these other things. So it is just an emotional time. But I also can say that like that day I did feel really calm for given my situation.
Our son just turned 2 years old, which means that he is old enough
to graduated.
Have
Our son just turned 2 years old, and we baked him a box cake and put up 6 balloons for him. I don't care about your ad.
ALTH.com/unplanned and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults. I just remember being so just genuinely excited. And
well, okay, I also want to say I wanted to take the test together because both times I took them independently.
That's right. Wait, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
You're right. So that I didn't even put that together.
And
So
I
that was
wanted
the
you
first
to look
time.
at the test first.
Yes.
What? I thought they looked together and freaked out together. Did she take it and then go get him and then they filmed and freaked out together? Really?
Because I just was like, this would be just like so fun and different than what we've done in the past, because then like you get to tell me obviously 1 second later, but I don't know why, it was just kind of fun that you got to read the test first.
Why is that just registering right now that the first two you did by yourself? Yeah, we did that together. That's so cool.
Yeah. I wanted you there because it just made me feel calmer, and like also like this time around, like we knew it's not like as, you know, mysterious as the first time or as like shocking as our second time was. Like it just felt really calm and like meant to be and right. And I just wanted you to be there during it. And I also wanted you to be like about as equally a part of it as you could be by being the first to read the test. And obviously you told me right away, you're like, you said you're pregnant or something like that. What'd you say?
Yeah, I don't remember what I said, but I was excited because leading up to this, we kept asking Griffin, do you want a brother or a sister? And every single time without fail, Griffin has told us a sister.
I know.
Every single time. And I don't know why he...
Seriously. I said it on Reddit. I'll say it again. I hope it's a boy. I hope it's a boy. The only reason I don't hope it's a boy is because I fear that they'll try again for a girl. That's the only reason why I slightly don't hope it's a boy. But we know that they want a girl. We know they want a girl, and that's why they're doing this. And if not, if it is in fact a girl, I hope she is the biggest tomboy on the planet, just to spite you guys.
Like why specifically he decided that. Like I know our youngest Augie is always drawn to older girls. He always wants to hang out with, there's like an 8-year-old or 9-year-old girl. He just wants to like for them to be his
like mother him.
Yeah, honestly, be like the mother to him. Or
do you know how sad and pathetic that sounds, considering how he's treated?
He's also kind of a flirt too. Like anytime he sees older girls, he'll always just like.
Can we stop calling little boys flirts, please? Like, can we just stop sexualizing children? That'd be cool.
Smiling.
Smile at them
Yeah.
and interact with them. But yeah, Griffin's been telling his sister, and that was kind of fun to then see that test.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. We'll go into that later.
We don't. Yeah, we'll get into that later. But I'm trying to think, who were the first people that we told? Do you remember who the first person was? It wasn't my parents, because we wanted to tell them in person. And
I told my trainer at the gym because I didn't want to do anything.
That's right. I think that was definitely one of the first.
Yeah, I told her like the next day because I just didn't want to do anything that was unsafe.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously that early on, there's not many like modifications you need to do.
Totally.
But yeah, I did notice like the first big change I noticed in like my body was my heart rate immediately went up, and I felt that at the gym. Like my heart rate was already starting to just like climb and climb and climb. And so that's why I wanted to tell her, because I was like, I just want to make sure that like I'm doing everything safe and healthy for the baby.
Yeah.
Like that's obviously my first priority by far. And so I just wanted her to know, just have eyes on it, because they are really well trained until I know what to do for like activity that's safe during each stage of pregnancy and even postpartum. So I was like, I just want her to know. So I like told her just like quietly. And then, remember this?
What?
I was hanging out like on a mommy like toddler play date, and like two of my like closest friends, they like knew that they knew that there was a chance that I was pregnant.
Oh, because did you tell them that we were trying?
I told them, yeah.
Okay.
And so then they just like asked me. I just didn't say anything, and then they just like looked at me, and then they both started crying because they knew like how much like had been talking about this and like trying to decide what to do or like when's the right time. And so they were just like so stoked for me, which was really
That's
fun.
really sweet.
It was really sweet. But I was like, oh, I kind of spilled the beans twice now. Like I gotta keep it in. So then who else do we tell?
Well, I think since you had told them that night, we got together with our friends. We did a game night.
Oh, with their
and
husbands.
With your girlfriends and their husbands. And so I was pretending to get a picture with my friends Bennett and Maverick. And while we were taking the picture, I said, "Say Abby's pregnant," and then they freaked out.
They freaked out.
They freaked out. They lost
stoked.
it. They were crying. They were so emotional.
No, they were. All of our friends have been so happy for us.
No,
It was really
they've
sweet.
been really happy.
But at that point, we were like waiting for this shirt to come in, because it was like our big plan to tell my parents with this shirt. We'll put our second child in it, and it says middle child energy.
Yeah.
Which we've always joked that like Augie makes perfect sense when you think of that, when you realize that he's just a middle child.
Yeah.
And so it's just like a joke and lighthearted.
I hate that so much for that poor kid.
But we're like, we need that shirt to come in. So they were waiting for that to arrive in the mail, and I think it was like coming like a week later after we found out, like not too long. And so like the day that it came, I was like, we have to tell them right away. And so
Okay, but seriously though, you can't wait. You can't wait just a little bit longer. Like the stick isn't even dry, and they're going and telling everyone. I can be there telling your trainer at the gym, because you're going to be exhausted. You're not going to be feeling well. Her heart rate already started to go up, which is normal. But telling everyone and their dog, like, before the stick is dry, I don't know. Maybe it's trauma from having a miscarriage, that it's just like, I couldn't imagine getting everybody excited only to have to tell everyone that I lost the baby. A lot of people rationalize it by saying, you know, I want that sense of support and community if something were to happen. And I understand that. However, I think the support would still be there regardless if you went up to someone and said, hey, I'm going through a miscarriage right now. I need some help and support. They don't need to know beforehand, because then you can just tell those that you want the support from that you're going through it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Everyone's free to do whatever they want to do, but I just like, everything is so rushed and everyone is seeking this instant gratification nowadays, and it's sad because nobody can truly enjoy the process of anything anymore. No patience, nothing.
I was like, hey mom, dad, come over here. You have to see what I think I got this. What did I say? I got this really funny thing for the kids or something.
Yeah, you got to check out the shirt.
They like opened the Amazon package, and they're like, what? No way. My mom acted like she knew already.
Yeah, I think with her, it was one of those things where, do you think they were onto us, or is it just the fact that it's the third, so they're not as shocked? Like with the first, they were very shocked, but by the time you're going for a third.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, we use that
they're
shirt.
very happy and excited, but I think that it's just like less shocking each time, because like we've already like started our family. They know that that's like the most important thing to us.
Yeah.
And
God. So basically they're saying the quiet part out loud, that their parents were, you know, not super stoked to have to raise a third child in their retirement.
so yeah.
And then same thing, we I think a couple of days later went to our friend's house, and my brother and sister-in-law were there, and we still hadn't told them. So we're like, what if we just tell them all at the same time and have Augie walk in his middle child energy shirt and see who the first person is to figure it out. So we head inside their house for
the only
this
reason
birthday
they thought
dinner.
something of it is because you were recording.
Yeah, so
I was like, why are you recording?
Yeah, Kayla looked at me like, why the frick are you vlogging right now? Because like I used to vlog pretty much every day when we lived in Hawaii, but recently
we never really vlogged those moments anymore.
Yeah, I don't really like vlog that much anymore. So he's like, what's going on? And he looks at Augie's shirt and he's like, oh my gosh, you're pregnant. Abby's pregnant, and he's freaking out. And they're like, what? How do you know? Like, what? And they eventually all see Augie's shirt, and that's when our friend goes, I'm pregnant too. And so then everyone's like, oh my gosh.
I knew that there was honestly, before we walked in there, I was like, I bet she's pregnant too. But I didn't say it because I was like, I don't know. I was just I was just speculating.
And the fun thing too is like our sister-in-law is pregnant, so all the women in this house are now pregnant at the same time together, and everyone's freaking out.
I know, it's so fun. I actually have so many friends that are pregnant. Obviously, both my sister-in-laws are pregnant, but I almost like consider them just like they're in a whole different tier of their own. I actually want to be super aware of like them having their moment, you know, like having.
Oh my God. I can't believe she just said that. I also want to let them have their moment. So 15 hours after they announce the birth of their baby, you announce you're pregnant? Good job letting them have their frickin' moment, Abby.
Their babies, and like we celebrate them to the fullest, and like
totally,
that's really important to me. But then also it's just so special that we're gonna have all the babies close together.
I can't. Okay, so I guess this other sister-in-law that just had their baby isn't special. I guess she doesn't matter. Like, screw her, you know, but the sister-in-laws that are pregnant right now are deserve that. I can't.
Because that's just fun, and it's great. Like, I feel like they have just a stronger bond when they're really close. There's a really special bond if there is an age gap, but also like I love that they're going to be in the same activities together, in the same stage of life together.
Yeah.
It's just really fun, and it's also just really fun for me, like community-wise, to raise my kids at the same time as them, like alongside them, and then you can help like ask questions like how many bottles are they taking a day, or like things like that. You just feel like you're on par, because even now I feel so like we have a 2-year-old. I feel so removed from that stage. Like when you're walking alongside someone with like babies that are very close in age, you feel just like, I don't know, there's just a bond, and there's just a community element there that's really, really special.
A lot of our friends that are pregnant, you guys are probably not aware of it, because a lot of them are like not social media people that you guys would know. They're just our friends that we've met in our community, at the gym, you know, neighbors. There's like this whole life that we have that exists offline. Even though we do share a lot on here, there's like a lot that we don't share online. So it's a lot of those people, and it's so much fun that we get to go through that and experience that with them, because you guys are all gonna have newborns at the same exact time.
I can literally think of 7 off the top of my head that are pregnant, but I think there's more.
Oh my gosh.
7 close friends that are pregnant.
And in addition to that, we have both of our sister-in-laws who are pregnant. So it's like all the sister-in-laws in our family are pregnant at the same time, which is amazing. That's
but
so
they're
much
like
fun.
about to have their babies. So
I know.
So she is talking about the sister-in-laws that are about to have their babies. And good job giving them their moment. Round of applause for Matt and Abby there for being very mindful, giving their sister-in-law her moment.
So we'll let them get their bearings, and then we'll just
wait. You guys need to do another sister-in-laws episode.
That'd be fun.
The 3 of you.
I was thinking that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
She probably won't want to now that you ruined her birth announcement.
You should do like before or after they deliver.
Well, we really got to hurry because Addie's 39 weeks tomorrow.
39 weeks tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's gonna be.
I feel like we should just wait to let her get settled.
Yeah, she's like in the thick of it right now. I think we'll make an entire episode about this, and you guys can probably submit questions to ask us about the first trimester. But it hasn't been easy for Abby. She's been sick. She's been very nauseous. But you haven't thrown up yet, right? You haven't thrown up somehow.
And honestly, it was kind of eerie for me. Obviously, like, yes, I've been nauseous, but you saying it's been really tough. I'm like, so I've been pregnant 3 times. This pregnancy is more different than the other 2 were, in the sense that I haven't thrown up. I also haven't been like as nauseous, as craving, as aversiony, like haven't had that as emotional. Like I haven't had the peaks of those. You know what I mean? Like I feel like everything has just been so much more mild.
Yeah.
And
yeah, because you're 5 minutes pregnant.
the only thing that's been way more is I've been way more tired. So I don't know. I feel like some people are like, well, then that means you might be having a girl because my other 2 are boys. And I'm like, I don't know about that because I have so many friends that have had the same gender, but their pregnancies were just drastically different both times.
Yeah.
And like even your mom, she had all boys and she was like, I thought for sure my 3rd was a girl because I felt so different. And so that's not like convincing me that like it's different, but it's just been different. Like to have experienced things differently, and honestly gave me like paranoia, like anxiety, fear was coming in because I never did like a pregnancy confirmation appointment. We were just traveling a lot, and my doctor actually said it wasn't necessary. They're like, unless you have any like concerns, then you can just wait until your like 9-10 week appointment.
Yeah.
I got to like over 7 weeks and I was still not having strong symptoms. I started to get really freaked out, honestly. I was like, I really hope everything's okay, to the point where I've never done this with either one of my pregnancies, but I was like, I just like kept taking pregnancy tests because I was like, even though I was like over 7 weeks, like I was like, why do I just not feel pregnant? I think I asked you every day, like, do you think I'm pregnant? And you're like, yes.
Well, I mean, you weren't having quite the nausea that you had in the past, but I noticed that your body was changing. I noticed that your appetite, I think, had increased. And
of course, the only thing that Matt would notice would be something physical about Abby that's changing.
We had the positive pregnancy test. We had, something that's over 99.9% accurate. Yeah, you had no period, and you were really, really worried about miscarriage.
I just felt so different.
I went and got some HCG tests because apparently those are what you can use to look at your HCG levels.
And let me tell you, taking those tests did not make me feel any less worried.
I have talked about ZocDoc.
It was a bad idea. I've never done that before because I have always just followed the mindset of like, don't be anxious, don't be stressed, just like experience things as you experience them, and like just try not to be stressed. Stress is terrible for pregnancies, and it's just it doesn't, like, worrying about it does not change the outcome. So I've always thought, just take one pregnancy test and it's positive, like, you know, but then stop testing. But at this point I was like letting my worries get the best of me. So I'm taking these HCG tests and they were all coming out positive, but the line was kind of faint. Like, I would say it was even fainter than 4 weeks pregnant. And so that made my worry so much greater. I was really, really worried at this point. I was trying to stay calm, but I was just like texting my friends and like trying to figure out what this could mean. I'm Googling, I'm like on rabbit holes, like online. And then something online said it said something about this like hook effect that can happen like with your HCG levels. I'm getting so in the weeds, but the people that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. So like there comes a point, I guess, where your HCG levels get so high that like those strip tests don't
even show a line. You don't even see the line anymore. The line's really faint.
Or it's faint. And so they were saying you can know that this is happening if you dilute your urine and then take the test and if it's darker. And so, I mean, this is all TMI, but this whole process we're transparent here. I like dipped the strip and
Yeah, I touched on that earlier when you mentioned having coitus together. Very transparent, people.
like with all the water
Yeah.
in it, and the line was very, very dark.
Yeah.
And so that gave me some peace of mind, but I was still concerned.
So we called up a pregnancy center on the island that
Yeah, because you're in Hawaii at this point.
they, I guess, just do, you know, these tests.
What? They were doing all this on vacation? Oh my God. You'd think Hawaii would be a good distraction to, you know, not freak out about all this? Like,
And they do ultrasounds for women for free. It's one of those non-for-profit pregnancy centers. And so we booked an appointment, but then when it came time for our appointment, we ended up finding out that their ultrasound
tech was
machine was, oh yeah, no, it was the tech. That
the
wasn't.
tech was out for like a couple weeks.
Yes. And so we weren't able to get an ultrasound, which
Yeah.
is what Abby wanted, to just make sure that baby was okay.
Yeah.
And so we ended up not going to the appointment because all they could do is give Abby another pregnancy test, which she'd already taken those, and they keep coming back positive.
And I just knew at this point, I was like, my rational side of my brain was like, you are really like letting these fears become so much greater than they need to be. But then also there's that like mama bear side of you that's like, I just want to make sure my baby's okay. That's like panicking. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I mean, that was like a weird tailspin time because I was like, Abby, like, I almost didn't want to tell my friends like I was worried about this because I was like, I know I'm being too paranoid, but like, you know, you just hear so many things and it is such a like fragile time, like, you know, in pregnancy. So I just like tried to continue to stay calm. And then honestly, it was like a few days later when I was like, we need Taco Bell right now, or we need McDonald's, which has always been like my early pregnancy cravings is just fast food. And I say pregnancy cravings lightly because it's really not a craving as much as it's an aversion to literally every other food except for like a Taco Bell quesadilla or like a McDonald's McDouble, which I never eat those outside of pregnancy, but sometimes that's like all that sounds good. That's always been like my early craving. I keep seeing these videos. They're like, something they don't tell you about the first trimester of pregnancy is that anything you cook at home tastes terrible. It's true. I've had that both times. I'm kind of getting out of that now, obviously.
Taco Bell was our go-to.
Yeah,
Like, we
remember
kept-
that night I was like trying to get down one quesadilla. I was like, please. Because you said my appetite had gone up, but I feel like I wasn't really eating a ton at that point because nothing was really
okay.
sounding good.
Maybe at first, like maybe, I mean,
Yeah, maybe at first.
You didn't have any of those aversions or nausea initially. So I think you were worried. Our friend that told us they were pregnant at the same time as us, they were also confused
I'm so bored.
why they weren't having any nausea. And
Maybe
then,
it's something to do with the third because it's her third as well.
But yeah, then
your
you
body
guys-
just starts to get used to it.
but then a couple weeks
No.
later, you guys both were like, whoa, this is not fun.
Yeah, I will also say this was the first pregnancy I've ever taken Unisum and B6, which is like not a prescription nausea relief, but it's like a commonly used way to remedy nausea during like early pregnancy. And so that's also surely why I wasn't experiencing as like I think it really does work. I obviously am still nauseous, but it's not like what it has been the other times.
Maybe that's partially why you've been more tired too, because I know the Unisum
Certainly.
does knock you out. Like
I'm actually thinking about stopping taking that because I am so freaking tired. And I slept
it-
like 10 hours last night.
Is it better though than being nauseous? Like, would you choose being tired over not being nauseous?
I would choose being tired over being nauseous for sure, but today as I was driving, I literally felt like it was like kind of not safe.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of like, do I need to pull over and like slap myself? Like,
Well, you're a little lady. Like, you know, there's
well,
those,
that's why I usually take half.
those over-the-counter drugs affect you more than someone like me because I'm twice your size.
I
You
know.
know, like it is crazy. I think one time, one time Abby rear-ended her parents' car because she took it taking a Unisum or something the night
No, I
before.
took a nighttime cold aid.
And it was like you were on drugs,
I
like leaving
know.
the house,
I
and
know,
you
it's bad.
and you said you could hear the beeping of
I
our
heard the beeping.
of
It
our
just
car.
like literally wasn't registering in my brain. Like the car is beeping because you are literally about to hit another vehicle.
You just kept driving.
I mean, they weren't in the car. They were. It was.
Yeah.
I literally hit a parked car. That was not my finest moment. I think we really kind of got the gist of it all.
Clearly.
Yeah.
My main symptom is, I would say, breast changes.
Yeah.
Definitely swell and get very, very tender. That's been my main symptom with my other two pregnancies as well. Some people don't have any changes in that area. It's
Yeah.
like my body's first response. They're like,
And-
we need to do this right now. We got to triple this size. And
Well, and too, like you have the cutest little bump right now
You
because I
think?
think your body is just like it's like it's go time. It's
that's
game.
what they say.
It's game time.
They say with
Nah, it's bloating.
like the more pregnancies you've had, the sooner your bump appears.
Yeah,
Do you
super.
think that's been the case for
Super
me?
teeny, super tiny, but I love it. Like it's just like a little tiny little pooch, and there's a little strawberry-sized baby in there right now.
I know, it does say strawberry.
Yeah.
In a couple days it says lime.
A lime. I didn't know
That
that.
feels a little bit dramatic.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think these apps are a little bit generous.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't really believe that it's that.
That there's a lime.
Well, a lime is not a lemon. Like they're talking like a full-size strawberry, and then a lime is only a little bit bigger. Not a lemon, Abby.
Size baby inside your belly.
Yeah, but it's just like cute to have a fruit you can always compare it to.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're somewhat accurate.
You know what'd be
but
really cute is if we show the fruit, like those fruits to our boys to help them understand that the baby's growing in your belly, because Griffin's been giving Abby kisses on her belly. He's been saying like, didn't he say like I love you to the baby or something? Or he just
Well, every night we'll sit with Griffin and we'll like say something you're grateful for.
Yeah.
He says I'm grateful for the I'm grateful for the baby. It was sweet because I think you've said that some nights,
Yeah.
and so then he said it, but it was still really sweet that he said it on his own.
He tries to, copies me.
Sometimes I wonder if my bump is actually baby or if I'm just like it's a result of being so constipated.
No, be constipated.
Also
Yeah,
bloated.
and like bloated.
I didn't realize that you were. I know you had like one day where you were feeling
Oh,
constipation.
no.
I didn't realize the constipation was like a daily thing.
Dude, I used to go number 2 every day.
Oh yeah, you're right. You told me you had like 5 days of.
I'm like once or twice a week now.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I thought that was a one-time thing. 'Cause you told me
No.
that you went 5 days without going.
Oh yeah.
You can, take stuff for that. Increase water, increase fiber. It'll probably help.
Gosh,
That keeps happening.
we need to get you on some Fiber One bars. I used to eat those when I was in high school. I could not get off the toilet, man. Those
Wait, why
they're
were you
so
eating
good.
those in high school?
I think my mom was buying them from Costco, and they just tasted really good.
I should.
And
Well, here's the other thing. It's a double whammy because I've been only eating carbs and like
Yeah.
no fruits or vegetables, which is like the fiber I need.
Oh, yeah.
But then also the pregnancy, and also like I've heard that prenatals can also constipate you. I don't know, but we don't need to dwell on that. But that's just another unflattering thing. Also, let me just tell you, bumps get less cute the more pregnancies you have.
I disagree. I think you're both
really
really
because I just feel like I already have this like stretched out belly skin that's not as like firm and like there's like stretch marks on it now and stuff.
I think you look really cute. I think no, seriously, like every time I look at you, I'm like, holy cow! Like it's
You're
it's
sweet.
beautiful what's happening. Like you growing a baby and just seeing the way that your body's changing to accommodate that baby it's really cool.
That's
it's
really
special, very special.
I wanted to say this, that like I think the reason I also was having like those nerves, but also the peace before we like took the test to find out about baby number 3 is that I'm like actually gonna get emotional saying this. Is that now, like obviously the first time is so exciting, but now we know how much joy and purpose another little blessing brings us. Like,
Yeah.
and we also just know. I mean, we know the depth of how great it is
Yeah.
to like be given the responsibility to parent another child. That it almost feels like seeing that positive test, like now a third.
They don't even parent their first 2. I think the reason that they're so positive and so, this is the best thing ever about this, is because of the amount of help they have, which is great. It's great for them. But they're also at the same time sitting here not realizing the privilege of having that. And without acknowledging all of the help that they get from Abby's parents, literally living with her, helping raise them. They can leave when they want. They can come back when they want. They have care 24/7 for their children. And I think that saying everything that they're saying without acknowledging all of the help they get is dangerous. It's creating this fantasy. What is it? What am I trying to say? It's not fantasizing. Oh my God. It's glamorizing pregnancy and kids and big families and stuff like that when it's not always the case, right? Especially if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like them, they're doing it for views. They're not doing it because they want another kid. I just think that not acknowledging that privilege can really be harmful to their young audience, in my opinion.
third time is just it's just the impact is even deeper.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, 100%.
Like there's not this like jittery excitement, but there's just this deep anticipation.
Yeah.
Like and just it I feel different seeing that positive test this time around, but I feel like it's even more joyful, even more exciting because I just know how much I'm gonna love this little baby.
There's been a viral clip going around from the actor that plays Saul in Better Call Saul.
Yes.
And in this podcast, he says that he is jealous of people
Well,
that
he was
still,
asked, he was like, who are you jealous of right now?
Yeah, somebody asked him who he's jealous of, and he said that he's jealous of people that still have little kids in the house.
Mm.
And it just kind of hit me like how special this time really is because it doesn't last forever. It's the most cliche thing.
Yeah, especially when you have ample amounts of help and aren't suffering from exhaustion and burnout and are independently wealthy. Yeah, it makes everything frickin' sunshine and unicorns farting rainbows. Like
You could freaking say is, they grow up so fast, but it's true. And so, having another baby on the way, it's so exciting because we know that we get to do everything we're doing right now all over again.
And we just get to add them to like this puzzle of our family. And like,
Yeah.
it's just like it feels like your heart expands even greater. And
see, and it's like, it's funny because everything they're saying is true. So this is quite comical. But coming from them, it is the most disingenuous thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I just think about I can't even describe like it's just your heart is literally ripping open because it's growing bigger to just fit all your little precious blessings. It's so mushy gushy, but it's literally so true. That's exactly how I feel. That like I don't feel the same, but I feel even more excited this time around. Like now I know how awesome it is. I know how incredible being given this blessing of this responsibility is. And so and then also leading into that, like I can say I genuinely have no gender preference for this child. Like I would not experience. I'm not saying anyone that experiences gender disappointment. Like I think that's totally valid. I don't think that they're a bad parent. I don't think there's no judgment on that. But from the place that I'm at, I literally feel completely neutral. It's been on my mind recently as I've been listening to a romance audio.
How many freaking ads are there in this stupid thing?
On your Audible, your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/unplanned. And I don't know, like it's, what do you think? I feel like we keep saying boy because we have 2 boys and it's just so easy to picture a third little boy coming alongside. Like I have a very clear image of what that would look like.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I really don't have a preference. I partially want a girl for you because I think you would love to have your little girl. I know yesterday we were somewhere where there were some kids. Oh, we went to an ice cream shop. Our friends just opened up an ice cream shop.
Leotards.
And they came in their dance attire and your heart just like melted because you thought back to when you were a little girl going to dance class. And I think that'd be fun, right? Like I also took ballet.
Why don't you put your boys in dance class? Just throwing it out there. Matt took ballet, so...
Like I could literally teach our daughter how to do pirouettes and, you know...
You can teach your sons how to do pirouettes and stuff. You took ballet. Put your sons in ballet if that is important to you.
My fuertes suck, but like, you know, or like switch leaps. Like I grew up taking dance and like who knows if Griffin and Augie are gonna want to do any dance, but like it would be fun to have a little girl and there's so much fun to be had there.
Yeah, I just don't have an image for what that would look like, you know. So then I'm like, why does it feel kind of intimidating to have a girl? I think it's because we're so used to the boy world, but it would be like such a new and exciting thing.
Yeah, we have been throwing around the idea of waiting till the actual birth to find out the gender, but I quite honestly don't think that we would be able to do that. Like I think one of us would just have to find out, you know?
Yeah, well, you were like, we've never done, we've just always opted out of genetic testing, like the early blood testing. But then I feel like it's bothering you that we could know right now.
Yeah,
and
we
you
honestly
don't know.
could. I kind of, why do I want to know?
Like you're more antsy than I would have thought.
Why do I want to know for myself?
You can find out.
And then like we just don't tell anybody and we just know ourselves.
No. I like to find out at like 20 weeks. Okay, I would be down to waiting till birth, but I also think like for Griffin and Augie, it's easier for them to, like, they already know, like, our niece hasn't been born yet, but they know that her name is Brielle, and they know that she's coming, and that she's a little girl, and, like, her name is Brielle, and I just feel like that helps them have, like, an image of, like, what to expect, because I feel like pregnancy can be so, like, elusive to little kids.
Totally.
Especially at this young toddler age, that I feel like if we were able to be like, you're gonna have another brother or a sister, and we're gonna call them this, like, they're in here, I feel like it just helps them wrap their mind around the transition a little bit more. Yeah. Obviously, it's not necessary, but I do think it's easier for them to kind of, like, enter that transition, knowing if it's a brother or sister, and what their name is, and, like, kind of picture it more. It makes them feel more human.
I know my dad would love to have a granddaughter. I think he was hoping that one of me and my brothers were going to be a girl.
No, he did. He was really hoping one of you guys was going to be a girl.
And that didn't happen. But telling my parents was fun. My parents actually had no idea.
They were
my
shocked.
parents, I had been pretty open about being content with 2 because I was. Like, I'm so happy with 2.
Yeah.
And they kind of thought that we might be done. And so when we shared with them we were pregnant, they could not believe it. They live in St. Louis, so we flew all the way from Phoenix to St. Louis to tell them, and it worked out because I have a lot of family in St. Louis that we were able to tell while we were there, like my grandma, my aunts,
my grandma,
Abby's grandma,
your cousin.
Oh yeah, So there was just a lot of people to tell.
We also just wanted to tell all of our family. I think that's just a respectful thing to do before you like share online.
Yeah, it was fun too because Griffin actually shared the news with my parents. He told them that there was a baby in Abby's belly, and they were like, "Wait, did I just hear what I thought he said?" And
we told him to do it.
Yeah, everybody freaked out.
He didn't exactly follow the plan.
I had to kind of like tell him word for word what to say.
It's fine.
Who cracked me up though? Your grandma, like for whatever reason, was expecting us to be pregnant with baby number 3. Like her reaction kind of shocked me.
You can't pull a fast one on that.
You
lady.
can't. Vicky is she knows, man.
She's on top of it.
She really is.
My prediction as of right now is boy, but it is the least confident prediction I've had of the 3. The strongest reason I think it might be a girl is because my mom thinks it's a boy, and she's been wrong every single time.
Your mom is always wrong.
What are the odds that this is the one time she's right? You know what I mean?
That would be weird. Yeah,
that's my main, and she thinks it's a boy. So then I'm like, that's my strongest indicator that we're having a girl. But okay, by the way, we talked about like the method of like how
that's funny.
You can try for a girl specifically.
We didn't do that method.
So
if any
it. Oh my God, which method are they going to say have sex like early on? Because, you know, girl swimmers live longer. It's not a foolproof method. It's not a guarantee. None of it is a guarantee. No matter what, it's 50-50. Like, let's see what they have to say.
Somebody that's like, oh, you're going to have a girl because you did that method. We didn't do the method.
So, I mean, it could still work even if we're having a boy. We just didn't do it. So, I don't know. Our friends that are pregnant right now, they have 2 boys. They just found out that they're expecting their girl. They did the method. They're another couple.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, if it's really important to you to have a girl, then I would say try it. Look into it.
The shuttle method. Look it up.
Shuttle.
Make sure you follow it to a T.
But we didn't do that. So don't think that we're having a girl.
This is not health advice. We are not doctors.
No,
we are
for sure.
just TikTokers who blew up by doing TikTok dances on TikTok.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I think we'll probably find out around like halfway mark. I think that's a really good checkpoint for me. Like get to 20 weeks, find out, and then prepare.
I think that you should wait to find out. I think that if they're on the fence about finding out, that they should just wait, because it is such a fun, exciting surprise. We didn't wait with our first two, but we did with our last one, and it was really awesome my husband got to tell me what we had, you know? It was a special moment.
I can wait that long.
You want to do the blood test?
They have to draw your blood?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Oh my gosh, they already did draw your blood.
I get blood every time we go.
A champ when they did that, by the way. So
Matt,
tough.
I've had 2 babies.
Yeah, that's true. Having a baby is way more.
Giving blood is not a problem.
Yeah.
I don't have a phobia of it. Some people said that the worst part of delivery was the IV.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't have a phobia.
Oh my God, my first baby, there was a lot more trauma that went along with her. She was a 26-weeker, so she was, half cooked and tiny. But the first IV that I got, she did it in the top of my hand, and she missed and blew the vein, and the entire back of my hand was bruised. It was so sore, and I couldn't move my wrist. I couldn't do anything. I begged them the next night when we were in the second higher risk hospital. I begged them to switch the IV. She's like, but I'll have to poke you again. I don't even care. Put it somewhere else. I can't move my hand. It's so painful. Ugh. But other than that, I don't have a problem with IVs. But yeah, that was rough.
You have needles though, which is true. It's kind of weird that needle has to stay in you for so long. I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
It's not a needle. The needle. Oh my God. The needle pokes the skin and then retracts. It's not a needle. It's a cannula that stays in you. You think they'd leave just a needle in? Okay.
I'm
and I
excited
feel
too.
like it's gonna be such a good time of year because it's not gonna be piping hot.
Yep.
We'll be able to go on walks. We've also just talked about how much we want to do differently this time around. Just because you learn more about
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can talk about it all you want. It's not going to happen.
yourselves. You learn more about what the experience is actually like. You learn more what to predict, as far as what birth and postpartum and breastfeeding, all those things are gonna look like. Obviously, babies love to throw you a curveball. You never know. Every birth is different, but you kind of just have more of an idea of what to expect. And so we've talked about how many things we want to do differently this time around, what things we want to do the same. And I just feel like there's a different level of confidence that I feel this time around. But also, I just know that life wants to humble you all the time, so I can't get too comfortable.
Yeah, it would be nice if life humbled you guys a little bit, not gonna lie. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Not sending anything other than humbling vibes. No bad vibes. Just it would be really nice for these people to get humbled. Because again, a year ago, they left their 2 very young children unattended in a cruise ship cabin so they could go have a peaceful dinner alone together with family. But don't worry, they checked in on the baby monitors. It's just
pretty good pregnancy so far.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel real still.
I know you've been so tough.
Bro.
You've been
No.
just
You've
been a warrior throughout
That's
this
not
process.
true. You guys, Matt has done the bedtime routine for the kids pretty much every single night.
Thank
I
you.
was asleep before the kids were asleep last night on the couch while you were putting them to bed.
Wait, you're right. Actually, I
couldn't
didn't
do
realize
it.
that. Yeah, you
That
fell
was before
asleep.
the unisum.
Wait, you're right.
That
You're
was
right.
before
That's
the
so
unisum.
funny. What's up with our kids? Wake up at 5:30. By the way. Oh my God, we need to
been
fix
traveling
that.
with them too much.
Yeah, after coming back from St. Louis to tell my parents that we're pregnant, our kids have now been waking up at 5:30.
Well, he was
and
up
I'm
before that, Matt. He was up at 5.
Guys, please just sleep. Just sleep till. Can we do 6:30? Is that too much to ask?
Well, I'm gonna start doing their red light, green light,
Yeah.
and they can't come out until it's a green light.
Yeah, we just bought some blackout curtains, courtesy of Abby. Blackout curtains that we will
see how
be
they turn out.
putting up, and we have this one little window though that is random in
like
our
a skylight, basically.
Yeah, it's like a skylight, so we need to cover that up too.
We need to get a bigger car.
We do.
We don't have a vehicle with a third row.
Let us know your recommendations for a 3-row vehicle. We will be in the market for one very soon.
Oh my gosh, I was really just thinking of something that sounds so good right now.
What sounds good?
Those pretzel rolls at Culinary Dropout with the provolone dip.
That sounds good.
And their chopped chicken salad with the beveled eggs.
Ooh, do you need to get that? Should we get that for you tonight?
No, I should eat my food at home.
If you want, hey, you want it, you got it.
But
Let's make it happen.
So good. But yeah, I
Is
just
there
feel so
anything-
grateful. I feel so thankful. I feel so excited. I feel so happy. I'm just every day I'm I can't complain. I just have this exciting little
How
person.
crazy is it?
And
If
the
you
best
guys-
person to raise babies
Oh
with.
yes. If you guys have been with us since,
I disagree.
yeah, I feel so lucky to have you. You're the best mom. If you guys have been with us since Hawaii, thank you for being here. Or even if you've been here since we lived in our apartment in Springfield, Missouri,
That's crazy.
that is even cooler. But it's just crazy that it's been 5 years of being on social media in a big way. I guess we started 6 years ago, but it kind of took off 5 years ago during COVID. And so just to have you all here along for this journey of life is crazy. And we love running into you guys in person. We love getting to chat with each and every one of you whenever we're out at the grocery store or at Disney World or whatever.
The train park.
Yeah, the train park. Did someone say hi to you at the train
I met
park
a couple
today?
people at the train park.
That's so
It was
sweet.
really fun.
I love that.
And if you're also pregnant at the same time too, comment down below.
Comment down below,
Join
okay?
a little community, because pregnancy can be a really lonely, isolating time. You're I'm the only person going through this, and it's really nice to have other people around you that also can relate and to just make you feel not crazy. It even just makes me feel better when I see these. I show Matt these funny, more than your share recently because I've just been like checked out every nighttime. Like you've done the nighttime routine every single night. You do the morning shift. You just like doing double time for me, which I really appreciate.
Wow, he's stepping up as a father and being involved with his children. Mind-blowing concept, guys. Matt has been doing stuff for his children because Abby is growing a child and is exhausted. Mind blown.
Well, no, like you said, I'm their dad. So like that is literally my job.
Still what? And this is where like the toxic gender roles that they stick to, they like a more traditional family. This is where it becomes problematic and gross.
But thank you. And then also it's just so much fun. Like,
no, I know you enjoy it, but still I know like at times you're probably like, man, I feel like a single dad right now.
Well, I kind of see the appeal of people that are stay-at-home dads because, for instance, today going to the gym, we went to the gym as a family. The boys specifically wanted me to carry both of them inside. And like, that's never happened before. You know, like usually at least one of our boys is wanting
That's
mama.
True.
Usually one of them wants
They're
mama.
trying to prefer you. They're like, mom's checked out right now.
I've spent so much time with them that they just like, they were fighting over who dad was going to hold. So I held both of them.
Yeah.
And it just kind of was cool because,
that's true.
You know, like they've always been such a fan of their mom because they have the best mom and you're so good to them. But
like,
this
mom's
extra,
too sleepy now.
But I mean, the extra quality time with them.
Blowing smoke up each other's bum holes at this point. This is ridiculous.
It's been amazing. So it's been a blessing for me too. And I feel like it's made my life more fulfilling and
well, you're always like super active with them, but like obviously now it's like you've been
she's got clumps of deodorant under her armpit.
Spending way more time with the kids than I have. So
well, truly, I mean,
I was asleep before they were asleep last night. If that tells you anything.
I mean, it's been so freaking hot in Arizona, but the pool, man, like I swim with them in the pool
basically
every day.
In the pool
and I swear Griffin's gonna be the next Michael Phelps because that kid is doing laps already. I'm like, you're 3. Like you're not supposed to be able to swim that good at 3, but he's so good at swimming.
But, yeah.
Can you not? Can you not? Please.
I'm a proud papa.
Proud papa.
Yeah.
We've been brainstorming baby names, and I feel like we have a more established boy name than a girl name, I would say.
Really? Okay. Because the girl name that you told me when we were dating is the one that I was thinking that we could potentially use.
I still think I still like that one, but I just feel like I am more firm on the boy name, which is weird because we've already used 2 boy names.
We're just gonna throw away all the names that we decided on in high school while we were naming our children.
That's kind of how it goes usually.
Wow, can't believe that.
No, we might use our girl name from when we were in high school. You never know.
We could.
That would be kind of sweet. It's like we literally have thought of your name since you were in high school, or since we were in high school.
We were 17, 18.
But you know my hang up with that name.
I do know your hang up with that name.
But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Well, yeah, we will.
What's the hang up with the name? What is the name? I'm so curious now.
There's no reason to get serious about it at 10 weeks pregnant.
Already, like with our close friends and family, I've been telling people the names that we're thinking of, which is risky, you know, because if you tell people the name,
they're not even out of the red zone. They're only 10 weeks. They could have waited 2 more weeks. Oh my god.
Then they can tell you they don't like it.
Get prepared to get your feelings hurt because someone could say something hurtful.
I think it's also different in the way that you say it. Like, also our family's very good about that. You also have to know who you're saying it to. Yeah. I don't think our family's gonna say something that is like rude or like don't use that name. But like if it's a boy, we were liking this name. If it's a girl, we were liking this name. Rather than like, what do you think about this name? Because we like it. Like that's kind of just like opening the door for feedback if you don't want it. But maybe you do want feedback. I don't know. I also do think that like there's a certain element of like telling other people. By the time it's your third, it's like a little bit more casual, right? I can't believe we're here at this point. Now it just feels like, oh my gosh, I could wait so long. But hopefully this flies by.
Yep. Well, you guys, thank you for being here.
You are not welcome, sir. All right. Well, that was fun and entertaining. Kind of, not really. They're pregnant again. They announced it the day after their sister-in-law's announcement. Couldn't even wait a week. Couldn't even wait, 2 days. No, the day after, which is, really respecting them having their limelight, right? But I guess it was Abby's brother that had the baby because Matt's parents said that they wanted a granddaughter and nobody's had a girl yet. So my bad. But my gosh, these 2 are the most privileged, out of touch influencers on the planet. And it's just like, oh my God, having babies for content should be illegal. It should be. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give a like and subscribe and turn that notification bell on and make sure it's set to all because it likes to set to personalize and then just not notify anyone of anything. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are having a fantastic, wonderful, epic day wherever you are in the world. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.